Look at this bow tie. It's kind of cool, I think. You know, if I was a clown, I could wear one that big, but I'm not. So the center of this is three-dimensional. Look, this is actually sewn into it. If you can see that from the upper camera. It's sewn into it on all four pieces. Now, how in the world did we do this? I'm going to show you. It's very different. This is like something we've never done before. So just follow along, and I know you can do it because it's actually kind of a simple process. It doesn't take a lot of material either. So what I want to point out is to make one bow tie quilt block, we're just using 5-inch squares. So if you have charm packs, you know, charms are 5 inches square already. You just need 3 of them. That will be the bow tie, so I'm using red for the bow tie on this. And then 2, that will be your background. So 5 little squares of 5-inch fabric, pretty easy to work with, right? So we're going to start by taking, let me reverse these. Take a bow tie piece and lay it down in front of you. Take another bow tie piece and turn it over and fold this up halfway. You can press this if you want to, you don't need to, but what we're going to do is we're going to lay this on top of the first red fabric we have, right? Not so hard, right? Pretty easy. Then you're going to take your background piece, and if this had a print on it, I would tell you to do right side facing down. This doesn't, so it doesn't really matter to me. But I'm going to lay that. We've made a little sandwich. Now you're going to stitch 1/4 inch down this side. When I first tried this, I was like, wait a minute, down that side with this? And yes, down this side. So I have done that. And what you come up with, see, here's my 1/4 inch. When you open this up, you get something very unusual. We have this flap in the middle. Do you see that? Background piece on one side, bow tie piece on the other. So just like we did the first time, I want you to lay this down. You are looking at the bow tie fabric when you do this, okay? So same thing as before. We want to tuck another piece of bow tie under this. So let me lay this out. I don't care about this stuff right here. I don't need to press it. I don't need to do anything with it. The only thing I'm worried about is this edge right here. So see, lay this half piece right on there and take our last background piece, cover it again. And just like the first time, we're going to stitch 1/4 inch down this seam, all right? So let me see. I have done that for you here. And when you open it up this time, this is what you get. When I flip this over, I have bow tie, I have background. Flip it over the other way, I have bow tie and background. And you have this center piece. This is the whole trick to the whole thing, and it's a little cumbersome when you try to do this, so try to follow along. When I take my center piece, open it up, and I want you to pull it open the opposite direction. Now the top-down camera is probably going to be better at catching this. I'm going to match that center seam. Do you see that? I'm going to keep these pieces to the outside, and I'm going to match this center seam. When you have done that, which I have done here, we're going to just stick a pin in that. And you just need one pin through the center piece of that, because we're going to stitch this stuff together. So I'm going to lay this down and show you. Here's our first background piece. It's the bow tie piece. Here is the new little thing we just created by stretching the center piece. I'm going to line that up with my fabric, and then I'm going to cover it with this background piece. This is where we will stitch 1/4 inch seam. Now, I'm going to put another pin in here just to kind of hold this in place. And when I get to the sewing machine, I'll really move this over and line it up. Now, here's one thing you cannot do. You cannot continue to line this up and pin it all the way down. It's not going to work like that. The bulk involved in the middle of this, it won't let you do it. So you take it to your sewing machine and start here and stitch 1/4 inch seam all the way to this center pin. Then you can pull this pin out, and then you can rearrange the bottom piece of this. Trust me, I've tried this 100 times. You will never be able to do it on one fell swoop. So you line this up then, and of course line that up. You can pin this again, then you can continue sewing or just do a new stitch from the center out. It's strange to say that it's not going to work, but I can just tell you the amount of times I've tried and it was not good. When you do that, here's what it looks like before you open it up. That's why you couldn't do one straight stitch. This is not a straight line, as you can see. It's kind of bumped out. I have sewn all the way to the center point. I rearranged and I have stitched all the way to the end. And that's all there is to it. Now when you open this up, you get this three-dimensional, you can see this is sticking up, the bow tie in the middle. It sticks up from all four areas. Now I just took this and took it to the iron and pressed my seams in one direction all the way around. You can do that or you can open the seams, but either way, press it carefully because once you set a crease in this bow tie, you're kind of done, right? It's pretty, it's very interesting. I've never done anything like it. I will do more of them. Once I did my first 2 or 3, then wow, they were fast. I really whipped through a bunch. I did learn something. Here's some other ones that I tried. Pretty, right? I mean, they are pretty, but I noticed something. When I started doing all these colorful fabrics and different things, I started to like them less because I was choosing really busy fabric. These are all very busy backgrounds and busy fabrics. To me, that's not the best use of this. To me, the best use of this was the one I showed you at the beginning, this one. And here's its mate, just the opposite. They're not as busy, or there's more of a contrast between the blue and the yellow. That's what I find is the way to see the bow tie the best. If you do a bunch of busy blues, all you're going to see is busy blue. Same with busy reds and that. It just didn't work for me in that way. Big contrast works the best. So I hope you will give bow ties a try. Like us and subscribe to us and share us. And as always, happy sewing.